over my posture and how when I was sitting and when I was standing up. And Kerry used some examples of students and asked them how they would sit if they were really posh, and they normally sat down with their legs folded, with one leg over the other, and with a cup of tea, and like their chin up. So that's what I tried to recreate. Also vocally, because I tried to improve my posh accent just to make so that it contrasts to the factory girls, making the comparison between, making it clear to the audience that my situation and is completely different to theirs. I'm trying to get away from my husband, who's got an amazing job and gives me money for the things that I don't really need. But on the other side, they're struggling with money problems because they can't even afford simple things that they really need. We also went over, and I think that it really helped when we went over the scene where the girls come in when Lisa's just about to leave, because it just made me realise like how much I need to stand taller than all the others, as if I'm looking down on them, and then that would give them a reason to like kind of give me a dirty look, and like the atmosphere might be a little bit dead, because they don't really know what to do when they see me standing there, especially when I've got like, I'm supposed to have like a really nice dress and like a really nice bag, and then obviously like I'm talking the differently to what they usually expect, so that's why they probably turn their nose up at me. So I'm developing my character physically and also vocally, as well as facially, because I try and look as uncomfortable as I possibly can, because I feel like I'm out of my comfort zone when people who I don't really know come in and talk in a language that maybe I don't understand because they use a lot of slang. And I tried to look really uncomfortable during the scene in Storm Clouds with Tully and Mr. Hopkins at the start, but then I turn it into like anger and rage. What ideas do you have for your role and the overall performance? I don't have any ideas as such for my role at the moment, but I think going over the scenes and going over my facial and physical expressions in detail has helped me like highlight the intentions that I want for my character. And at first I thought that, especially in the duck egg scene, that she's just trying to soak it all up and not lash out at him, because she doesn't want an argument. But I've decided that like she likes to expect nothing from him, and that's why she has all these she spits out all these sarcastic comments, and she likes not liking him. So she's a bit of this like sassy. She can be a bit of a sassy character while still being quite classy, and she definitely wants to, and that helps my character's flow throughout, because she's very sassy with Mr. Hopkins, and then it carries on through the Storm Clouds when I have the meal with Tully, because she won't back down until she tries to talk sense into them, and then once she realizes there's no getting through them, she like is finished with them, and she doesn't want to carry on with this meal if they're not going to see sense. So maybe she's got like low patience, like a short patience with people who won't understand where she's coming from, even when her facts are relevant. And you know, like, but she's so used to being ignored because she's a woman, and that frustrates her, and that's why she's so she gives like a helping hand to like all the factory girls because she wants them to succeed, because she knows what's right. She's got her priorities right, unlike her husband, and she just wants, and another reason to help them is just to show Mr. Hopkins and herself that she can do something on her own, because it's been a long time since she actually has done something for herself. And at the end, when she's got a job for the Spectator magazine, she's really proud of herself, and I really want the audience to, like, you know, be happy for her, because it's what she wanted all along. What performance techniques did you use in this session, and what effect did you use them for? In this session, I used given circumstances again and emotion memory. I used given circumstances to kind of fuel my hatred against Mr. Hopkins, because it must be really irritating to know that you're quite capable of going out, getting a job, and getting all the things that comes with it, so like friends, respect from other people. So it must be really irritating how she's like worked so hard to get her degree at Cambridge, which is a really like good university, and then being reduced to a housewife because of her husband, who thinks that she should be a housewife and cater for him when he comes back from work, so he doesn't need to do anything when he gets home. And he thinks that's fair, and he thinks that the money will kind of like almost shut her up. But she doesn't work like that, because she just wants to work. I don't think she really cares about money that much. I think she cares about her appearance, but she just wants the respect, and she does want equality for the factory girls as well. And I also used emotion memory because there's always like times when you ask a question in like the group chat and no one replies, and you get really irritated. So I kind of used that to like fuel my irritation, especially in storm clouds with Tully and Mr. Hopkins, because I can imagine like how frustrating it is every day, just because like being reduced to nothing basically because you are a woman. So just using little things like that from my life and putting it into the performance to make it as naturalistic as possible, and just to like be a person who's always ignored, and that must be really, really annoying, especially since she's like really independent and like she's got a lot to say that matters, but no one's giving her a chance to speak apart from Rita, and they kind of like benefit each other, because Lisa gives her the confidence that she needs, and shows like how good she could be, and Rita's just a friend and for Lisa, and I think that's what Lisa needs in this situation. Feedback did you receive from your director? What did you think of the feedback? The feedback that I got was really positive, because seeing as we like went over basically all my scenes, to make sure that my character speaks with like her body language a lot, and changed little bits to benefit like the relationship that I have with Mr. Hopkins, and the relationship that I have with the factory girls and Rita. And she said it was really positive, and that I was really much more confident. An example of this would be, we went through this the little scene in Everybody